Hello, my name is Dr. Dennis L. Waters Sr. I am recording this, and my intent is that what you see on your screen is a statement that says reprogramming your subconscious mind, a step-by-step guide. There's another item that you will see shortly that will be talking about the same item. Talking about the same item. This is the major item that we're talking about. And the reason why we're talking about this is that there are certain benefits that can be experienced by an individual if they desire to change something in their life, to change something in their life. And we want to lay a foundation for how change takes place. The premise of what I'm saying is that life has order. Life has order. And that order is a cause and effect order. In the biblical tradition, it is sowing and reaping. What you sow, you reap. In the biblical tradition. In science, it is called cause and effect. They are both the same thing. And the premise that I work with is that there are many things in the world, in life, whereby different words are used and they are talking about the same thing. And in the past, individuals in my life would say things like there are many ways, as they would say, to skin a cat, or all roads lead to Rome. And there's more than one way to do something. And all of those meant the same thing. And that's what we're talking about here, that the same thing is said many different ways. And so what we're talking about is that reprogramming your subconscious mind can be seen in a variety of ways, such as this aspect of cause and effect. It's basically the same thing. That reprogramming your subconscious mind means simply that why would you want to reprogram your mind? It has to do with if you want a different outcome. If you have a business and you want to move your business to the next level so that as a result of your business being able to bring about greater results such as greater sales, greater revenue, greater outcome, you want to make more money, you want a greater position in that business or get a promotion, whatever you want to call it. Or you may want a new car, a new house, or take greater trips or better trips or whatever, a better vacation, whatever it may be. You want something different in your life. And normally we always want something different than what we presently have. And so there's a process. We may call it prayer, and we pray. But there's also something that comes about as a result of us also doing something different after we pray. As the Bible says, faith without works is dead, being alone. And so in whatever the spiritual tradition it may be, there's something that we do as a result even of our praying. And that something that we do has to do with our subconscious mind, or what we do after we pray. And this is reprogramming your subconscious mind. And that's the part that we're talking about after we've prayed. And so this is a step-by-step guide. It take a listen to it, a look at it, see what we're talking about, see if it, as they say, makes sense to you. This is a beautiful meadow. You'll see some butterflies in it. A butterfly is an example of what we are talking about as actually, because a butterfly doesn't normally start out as a butterfly. It goes through a number of changes. It may be an egg first, and then it metamorphoses goes through a process of metamorphosis. It becomes a caterpillar, and then it goes through another process. It goes into a chrysalis. When that's a metamorphosis as well, meaning that it changes into something different. And then also it goes through a process, and then it emerges as a butterfly. So there are 4 different stages by which it changes, and that's what we're talking about in regard to your subconscious mind and how it participates in this. So we're reading this particular item. Again, I'm Dr. Dennis L. Waters. You are here, whether you're listening to this by virtue of the podcast, whether you're looking at this by virtue of the YouTube channel. We're talking about reprogramming your subconscious mind. So we're talking about this. And if you're looking at it, it says your subconscious mind has immense power in controlling your life. So we're talking about controlling your life experiences, from the type of food you eat to the actions you take each day. The level of your income that you earn, the level of income you earn, and even how you react to stressful situations. So that's what I said earlier. Your life experiences controlled by your subconscious mind. The food you eat controlled by your subconscious mind. The actions you take each day controlled by your subconscious mind. The level of income you earn controlled by your subconscious mind. The way that you react to stressful situations controlled by your subconscious mind. Every bit of it is guided by your subconscious beliefs and your interpretations of life. In short, your subconscious mind is like the autopilot feature on an airplane. It has been pre-programmed to follow a specific route, and you cannot deviate from that route unless you change the directions programmed into it first. Now, think about that for a moment. It's been pre-programmed, not necessarily from birth, but it has been pre-programmed to follow a specific route. And you cannot deviate from that route unless you change the directions programmed into it first. So there's something that you can do in order to change that programming. First of all, let's talk about what is the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is the part of your mind that operates below your normal level of waking consciousness. It's below your normal level of waking consciousness. Right now, you're primarily using your conscious mind to read these words or to listen to me speak and absorb the meaning of the words, the understanding of the words. But beneath that mental focus, your subconscious mind is busily working behind the scenes, absorbing or rejecting information based on an existing perception you have of the world around you. So behind or beneath the conscious mind, notice there are 2 things here. The conscious mind, by which you read the words, absorb the meaning. Beneath that mental focus, but you got to get this, that's the conscious mind and then the subconscious mind. And the subconscious mind is busily working behind the scenes, behind the curtain. It either absorbs or rejects the information based on an existing perception, so it already has the filter that you have about the way the world works. And if it's working for you, if it's bringing you what you want, bringing you the life that you believe that is right for you. How do you know if you believe it's right for you? Well, you look at it. If you're blaming something outside of yourself for what's happening in your life, if you're blaming it on something outside of yourself and not saying, I'm responsible for making my life work, then that world is not really working for you because you're giving power to something else or to somebody else. And it could be the government, it could be what happened to you in the past, it could be your spouse, it could be your job, it can be your boss, it could be anything outside of yourself. And so right now, you're primarily using your conscious mind to read these words, to listen to me, absorb their meaning. And beneath that mental focus, your subconscious mind is busily working behind the scenes and is saying either yes or no, absorbing or rejecting the information based on an existing perception you have of the world around you. This existing perception began forming when you were an infant. With every experience, your subconscious mind soaks in information like a sponge. It rejected nothing when you were young because you didn't have any pre-existing beliefs to contradict what it perceived. It simply accepted what all of the information you received during your early childhood was true. So you had nothing to contradict what you received. It just said yes, yes, yes to whatever information came. Nothing contradicted it. You can probably see why it becomes a problem later in life, because some things came in and it said yes, and then other things came in and said no. Every time someone called you stupid or worthless or slow or lazy or worse, your subconscious mind just stored the information away for reference. You may have received messages about your potential in life or limitations you face based on your physical abilities, your skin color, your gender, or your economic status. By the time you were 7 or 8 years old, you already had a solid foundation of belief based on all that programming from people in your life, from television shows you watched and other environmental influences. Consider, how does that old programming affect you? Now, let's look again. Let's consider some things. Here are the people when it comes to the conscious and the subconscious mind. There are people who've used their conscious and subconscious mind in powerful ways. There's a person called Nikola Tesla who invented electricity, and the science behind many of the greatest inventions our planet has ever seen. Used to experience intense visions where he felt that he was being given divine knowledge. These experiences led to his amazing discoveries that changed the world forever. There's a fellow that is a friend of a fellow named Michael Jordan, actually. You remember, his name is Phil Jackson. He was the former head coach of the Chicago Bulls and the LA Lakers. And he also had this experience where he used his subconscious mind. And he actually he coached that held meditation and yoga sessions for his players. He coached them, taught them how to actually use their subconscious mind. And there's this person called Steve Jobs. I myself have what is called an iPhone, and I got an iMac. These items put out by Apple. And this fellow named Steve Jobs, founder, at the time of the highest revenue company in the world, Apple, was an active meditator and a master of his mind. All of these individuals. And then there's Dr. Deepak Chopra, and he's a leading exponent of holistic medicine. And he talks in his 25 books about using both the conscious and the subconscious mind. And so your mind is composed of really three separate systems: the conscious mind, the subconscious mind, and then a higher level of mind known as your superconscious mind. And this conscious mind, the thinking you that can express free will, be creative, make decisions, and solve problems. That's your conscious mind. And then there's a subconscious mind, the unconscious you that controls your autonomic functions such as your heartbeat, breathing, digestion, and circulation. It's like a large database of programmed behavior. When a change in your environment is perceived, your subconscious mind will pull out the stored program to play. Some programs are derived from genetics. These are your innate instincts, and they represent the influences of nature on your thoughts. However, the vast majority of the subconscious programs are acquired through your developmental learning. They represent nurture. As we said, when you're growing up, you have these experiences in which you're just like a sponge and you're taking in information. And then there is the superconscious mind, the collective consciousness of the entire universe. It is the omnipresence of each human mind. It is an individual center of the one greater mind. And so you have the conscious mind, the subconscious mind, and then you have the superconscious mind, all available to you. So in the subconscious mind, how does this old programming affect you? Now that you're an adult, you may think that you can simply discard the hurtful or untrue messages that you absorbed during your early life, but it is not quite that simple. Remember that all this information is stored below your level of conscious awareness or your conscious mind. The only time you become aware of it is when it limits your progress in creating a balanced, successful, and productive life. Have you ever tried to achieve a goal and kept sabotaging yourself at every turn? It almost makes you mad, doesn't it? It's important to know that you're not defective or doomed to fail no matter what you do. More likely, you've got some old program messages that conflict with the new conditions you want to create. And the excellent news, because it means that you can achieve just about anything if you take the time to reprogram your subconscious mind. That's what this is really about. You can achieve almost anything if you take the time to reprogram your subconscious mind. And programming is still going on even to this day. That's what this is about. Before we discover how to reprogram your subconscious, it's important to know that the programming still continues to this day. With every experience you have, you draw certain conclusions and store the messages that will guide your future action. For example, what kind of message do you think would be stored if you were rejected by someone you cared about today? Your subconscious mind, that clever detective, would immediately go hunting through your memories and find other examples of rejection, like the time your best friend dumped you to hang out with the more popular individuals, and draw a conclusion that you're somehow unworthy or unlovable or you don't deserve to be accepted. You really deserve to be rejected. Even now, even if you've had success in the past, but this one individual that you really wanted to be like, really wanted to be liked by, this person dumped you. And it would go find, your subconscious mind would go find those instances in the past that those people that you really wanted to be liked by, they dumped you. Now here's the interesting thing. If you have an experience that conflicts with an already established belief, your subconscious mind will either reject it or reframe it so that it goes along with your existing view of reality. Here's an example. Let's say you have an underlying belief that you're unattractive, and an attractive person expresses an interest in getting to know you better. Most likely the first thing you're going to think is that it must be a joke or a cruel trick. You won't believe that this person could find you attractive because you already believe that you're unattractive. Beneath the surface of your conscious awareness, your subconscious mind is screaming, no way. This person is too attractive to be interested in me. Something isn't right here. That's what you're saying to yourself. Or if you go through an experience in which you get an amount of money, you made it, you earned it, but it's more than you're used to earning. More than you're used to earning. And you made it. You went through the process and made that amount of money. And now you have it in your hand, and you're saying, wow, this just can't be true. I couldn't have made that. But you did. I know from personal experience, I've done that. Then you either reject that person, or you reject that you actually made that money, or you earned that money, or you deserve that money, or you even have that money. You either reject that person before they can reject you, or otherwise you do something to sabotage what could have been a great situation in your life. The same thing happens when you struggle to achieve your goals. As I was just saying, eventually you start to believe that you aren't capable of success. So you come to expect failure, and you end up doing just that over and over again. You can probably imagine many other situations where your subconscious mind limits you, but reprogramming it is a simple matter if you know how. Now, that's what we want to get to. How do you reprogram your subconscious mind? There are many different ways to overwrite the limiting or damaging messages that are stored in your subconscious mind. And I want you to get this. I want you to get this. I want you to not only get it for yourself, but I want you to get it for other individuals. There are people all around who are seeking to reprogram their subconscious mind. They're telling you all kinds of ways. There are rappers that are seeking to do it. There are poets that are seeking to do it. There are preachers who are seeking to do it. There are individuals who are writing stories that are seeking to do it. I believe that one of the greatest things that was seeking to do it was the movie Black Panther. It was seeking to do it for a whole host of individuals. There are many different ways to overwrite the limiting or damaging messages that are stored in your subconscious mind. You can work simultaneously with all of these strategies that I'm about to bring up, but it's much more effective if you pick just one or two of these methods, and you start, and you want to give them your full attention rather than skipping around and diluting your efforts. But remember, you can always incorporate additional techniques over time. In other words, start something, work with it, stay with it, let it work for you, and then over the course of time, you can add some others. But let's just talk about them. The environmental influences. Remember that statement says, birds of a feather flock together. The basis of the environmental influences is stay around those people or those individuals who are working and moving in the direction that you want to be moving into. Consider the effect of your environment on your subconscious mind. Remember that your subconscious mind is absorbing information constantly and drawing conclusions and forming beliefs based on that information. If your daily environment is filled with negativity and strife, imagine what kind of messages are being absorbed into your mind. Your first action is to strictly limit the negativity you are exposed to from this moment on. Avoid watching the news unless you absolutely must, and avoid spending too much time with toxic people. Instead, seek out positive information to read and watch, and spend most of your time with positive, successful people. Over time, you'll find that more encouraging messages are being absorbed into your mind, which will alter the way you see yourself and your potential. Number 2, visualization. Your subconscious mind responds well to pictures. Visualization is a great way to program your mind with positive, empowering messages. Try spending 10 to 15 minutes a day visualizing positive scenes that feature you and your life experiences. You are the star of that movie. Visualize it. Visualize it. Here's some things that you may want to visualize: an abundance of money, fulfilling relationships, passionate work, a slender fit body, a beautiful home, an expensive car, exotic vacations, anything else you wish to draw into your life. See yourself having these things, whatever your dream is. If you have in mind something that you would like to have in life, be, do, have. That's the way that we see this as working. Someone that you're seeking to be first, something that you're seeking to do, then followed by something that you're seeking to have. You want to be, do, have. Think of the person you want to be, then what you want to do, and then what you want to have. If you need help in regard to writing this out, we have what we call a strategic life planner. Send us at info@iwillrestore.com. Ask for the strategic life planner. We'll send it to you. You fill it out. We'll have a conversation with you if you also email us in regard to that, and talk with you about this, because you want to get this down, because you don't want to end up getting things and still be unhappy with your life. So be, do, have, but visualize an abundance of money. Visualize fulfilling relationships. Visualize passionate work, a work that you're happy to go to. You're passionate about your work. You're happy to go to work. A slender fit body. You want to be healthy in regard to who you are and what you're doing. You want to be healthy. You don't want to be sick. You want a beautiful home, a home that fits you. You want an expensive car. When we say an expensive car, what I mean anyway, is a car that gets you where you want to go and it feels good driving that car. You feel good sitting in that car. I don't mean expensive as far as just the money that you're spending on it. What I really mean is a car that fits you, a car that you enjoy driving, that you feel good sitting in. It's not something that you're just showing off just because you're showing off. That's not what we're talking about here. Even about the home, the same thing. A car, a house that fits you. You want to feel good in it. When it says it's on a vacation, it's the same thing. It's not just so I can show off to the neighbors. You don't want to be miserable and then you just showing off to everybody else around you. Even about the money, it's the same thing. You want life to serve you, not you serve life. As you do this consistently, you end up redrawing the negative pictures stored from your past experiences. You get rid of your fears, you get rid of your worries, you get rid of your doubts. You see life as an enjoyable experience. And then it says to boost the power of visualization even further, be sure to emit strong positive emotions while you picture these wonderful things in your mind. Allow feelings of love, joy, gratitude, and peace to flow through you as if you were truly having the experience. In other words, while you're visualizing, you're meditating, you're in the experience. In the background of what we're doing right now, I have what is called an alpha frequency song that's playing, or beat that's playing, music that's playing, and it's an alpha frequency. That's a very high frequency. That's a frequency of learning. That's a frequency of knowing. And I have that because that's the mindset that I want to be in as I absorb this information. And so your subconscious mind will absorb the messages as if they're real. This is the true beauty of visualization, the power to bypass limiting messages and focus on pleasing images, all of which are being absorbed right into your subconscious mind to be replayed later. That's what we want to take place. It has been said that the mind cannot tell the difference between something that is visualized vividly and something that is physically real. The mind cannot tell the difference. And so you want to step into the picture. It's your picture. You are the person that's drawing that picture. You are the individual, so step into it. Make sure it's a picture that you want, a picture that you would enjoy living. The fourth method, remember we've got these three different methods that we have gotten to. We've got the first one was environmental influences. Second one was visualization that we just did. And then we come to the third one. It says affirmations. Affirmations are another effective way to install positive messages into your subconscious. They work best if you follow a few simple rules. So you got environmental influences, basically being around positive people, and also taking into your conscious mind positive words from other people, positive images from other people. And then the second one was visualization, which is you creating positive images. And then also the third item is affirmation. So these are your positive words. They work best if you follow a few simple rules. Words them positively. So you're putting the words in, make sure they're positive in the present tense. Say, I am confident and successful, rather than I will be confident and successful. Because focusing on a future condition does not compute with your subconscious mind. It knows only this moment. It knows only now. Always use positive statements saying I am not, instead of saying I am not a failure. That is something that's computed as I am a failure, since your subconscious mind cannot process negatives. So say I am a success. Your subconscious mind does not do not. You got to stay with positive. I am a success. Call up the corresponding feeling. So always do it in such a way that you feel what you're saying. You feel what you're saying. So I am wealthy while feeling wealthy. Don't say I am wealthy while feeling poor. You're sending conflicting messages to your subconscious mind. Whatever words you're saying at the time, strive to feel the corresponding emotion, because your subconscious will be more apt to believe it. Repeat it, repeat it, repeat it. Affirmations don't work if you say them just once or twice. Recite them many times throughout the day for the best results. The good thing about this is that you can say affirmations to yourself, so you can, which means you can say them silently, and you can say them over and over and over again. And then the next thing says, this is the fourth item, and I was rushing to this a bit, but it says brain entrainment by neural beats. Brain entrainment by neural beats. It says another popular method is the use of audio recordings that deliberately alter the frequency of your brain. It may sound like something out of a science fiction movie, but reports from people who've tried these audio programs are overwhelmingly positive. Your brain falls into a specific frequency depending on what you're doing at a given time. Gamma, when you are engaged in certain motor functions. Beta, when you are fully conscious and actively concentrating. Alpha, when you are relaxed. Theta, when you're drowsy or lightly sleeping. And delta, when you're in deep sleep. Binaural beats results from when two tones are played at different frequencies, triggering your brainwave to follow a different pattern. For example, if you're wanting to shift from stress to relax, you would listen to an audio that triggers the alpha state. These audio programs can help you reprogram your subconscious mind by creating a more receptive forum for installing positive messages. Research has shown that your subconscious mind is more receptive to new information when you are very relaxed, such as the alpha or theta states. Using brain entrainment audio programs along with affirmations or visualization can be a powerful combination, because your subconscious mind lets down its defenses so it can absorb any message you wish to program. Simply relax and focus on the positive messages or positive images. Well, this is one of the items that I also work with. I've done binaural beats in the past. I've done those. And now I do what I call isochronic messages as well. I do these because the binaural beats, when I had them, and I still have them, and I still use them from time to time. But one of the things that happened with me in regard to binaural beats, the ones that I had, is that I had to actually use them by placing on my head a set of earphones. So I had to place on my head. Remember that the binaural part of it is the bi. It means that you had to have two different sounds. Sound came into the ear on the right, and then another sound, different frequency, came into the ear on the left. And as a result of that, one was at one frequency and then another one was at another frequency. And so the different beat, say if one was at 10 and the other one was at 8, and just use that as an example, then what would take place would be that it would produce a frequency of 9. It would produce a frequency of 9. And the 9 would be what we would be working with. Here are the different beats, different ways, different frequency ranges. The frequency range for gamma rays, as you see, 40 hertz. And those are the gamma rays. And the brain state is one of inspiration, higher learning, and focus. That's the gamma rays. And then the beta waves, the frequency range is from 13 to 40 hertz. It's the beta waves, and they are alertness, cognition, concentration, and stress. This is called eustress, good stress. And then the alpha waves are 7 to 13 hertz. Those are alpha waves, relaxed alertness, peak performance, visualization, creativity, inspiration, and no stress. And then the theta waves are 4 to 7 hertz. And you have the theta waves, the dreams, deep meditation, hypnosis, intuition, lucid dreaming, and Those are the theta waves. And then the delta waves are 4 hertz, less than 4 hertz, healing, deep sleep, detached awareness, and also out-of-body experiences. So the beta waves are associated with normal waking consciousness. When you are focused on activities that require a lot of thinking, such as working, doing calculations, or reading complex nonfiction books for a prolonged length of time, you can start to feel stressed out. So the beta waves. The alpha waves are associated with light meditation, peak performance, creativity, and relaxed alertness. Your brain goes into this state naturally when you're daydreaming. Alpha waves also become more predominant when you close your eyes and relax your mind. This is a perfect state to be in for subliminal mind programming and enhancing your creativity. And the theta waves are associated with deep meditation. They occur during heightened states of creativity and inspiration as you begin to process unconscious material. So those are the theta waves. And then the delta waves are associated with a deep sleep state of unconsciousness. And experts of deep meditation can consciously move into this state of mind and access the higher brain center. After much practice, out-of-body experiences and astral projection are possible in this meditative state. And so what we're working with is this aspect of, again, moving to this place where you can program yourself so that you can bring about things in your life. And so these are the most popular methods of bringing this about. The binaural beats, the mononaural beats, and then the isochronic tones. And so it tells you how they work. We can actually send you this particular thing so that you can look at it, understand how it works and how each one of those works and what is involved with this particular item and why each one of them works for your behalf. Remember, what we're talking about is this aspect of reprogramming your mind. You've got different ways that you can go about doing this. And then Dr. Joseph Murphy was one of the individuals that actually went about and talked about this aspect of your subconscious mind. He had this book that was written that is called The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. Dr. Joseph Murphy lived from 1898 to 1981. And he is considered by many to be the father of personal development. And he talks about this power that is within you. Remember, I said the power of your subconscious mind. And there are some powerful stories that are within this particular book about doing all the things that I had previously spoken about in regard to what you can do about your life, how you can go about making changes in regard to your life so that you can bring this about. And so these are the things that I wanted to actually mention to you, this aspect. And we have these things that are able, both the sounds and then the aspect of helping you in regard to affirmations, all of these particular items, so that individuals who want to bring about genuine changes in their life are able to bring about genuine changes in their life. That's what we want to say about all of this, this entire thing, so that the person does not feel that he or she is stuck in any particular way. A person writes down whatever their dreams, their aspirations are, and then as a result of writing it down, they then come up with a dream, a plan by which they can execute it. That's one of the reasons that I actually went to school. I have both a ministerial degree, a doctor of ministry degree out of Howard University, and have completed all the courses in regard to what is called an industrial organizational psychology degree, PhD in industrial organizational psychology up to this point, and preparing to write my dissertation my specialty is leadership development and coaching. And so the intent is that rather than saying that all of these things are against us, all of these things, whether we say race or whether we say income, what I want to do is find a way that and we being any person that feels that we're having difficulty or challenges or whatever, but any person that wants to bring about change, positive change in their life, that we can bring about that change So again, reprogramming your subconscious through meditation. It has here. They mentioned step 2. Notice this thing says step 1, create dream life targets. Write down exactly the outcome you want to manifest and focus on that outcome. In order for this to work, with almost 100% guarantee of success, with little chance of manifesting anything dangerous, make sure what you want is of value to others and not just yourself. The measure of your success and wealth in life is directly proportional to the value you bring to other people. For the universe to accept your vision of the future, it must accept that you are going to bring value to the universe. If you want to manifest $250,000 in a year, write down exactly what value you would bring to people for them to give you their money. Would it be something you could sell to them? Would it be a job promotion? Be as specific as possible. If you want to manifest a top-of-the-range sports car, think about exactly what that car would allow you to do, or what type of person would you need to be to own such a car. Would you be someone who writes a best-selling novel? Would you create an in-demand product, or just excel at your job and got that dream career as a result? One useful exercise is to write down your own obituary. I know it sounds a bit of a weird thing, but try it. How would you want to be remembered by other people? I bet by doing this exercise, you may find some of those material things you would normally want to manifest may be replaced by less selfish things that are more valuable. He says, when I first started in the music business, this person who wrote this, I had a dream in mind of one day have a special record label and media company that would produce music that would educate and inspire people. The deeper I got into the music business, more and more temptations were thrown in my way, and I got sidetracked from my original big dream, and I practically self-sabotaged every opportunity I had that was not congruent to my original wish, to the point that I got very sick and ill, not to mention depressed and lonely. This is Nigel who wrote this item. And it was only at that extreme low point I realized I had forgotten my original vision that ultimately would be more valuable to others than my other business exploits. And that's how I created this particular item. It is amazing how the universe has gotten me back to what I originally wished for, because this is exactly what I'm doing now. He's talking about these isochronic frequencies he's working with, where I got them from, Dennis L. Waters got them from. I feel far more rewarded and happy now than any other time in my entrepreneurial career. The universe has guided you to your end result. The universe will guide you to your end result if your end result is of value to the universe. Even if it means putting you through a lot of pain to get there, it will almost feel like you are being guided by a divine force. And it is this secret manifestation technique that forms the basis of your discovering your higher purpose. Focus on what you want, exactly what you want. Where attention goes, your energy flows. Visualize your outcome and try to see it as real as possible. Be specific to how you would feel, what you would hear and smell if you had reached your end result. Use vision boards, dream boards, incantations, subliminal mind software, and hang on or post positive statements on your walls and computer desktops as much as possible. Step 2, reprogram your subconscious mind. Remember, we started with that through meditation. By using special third eye meditation, you can actually start to activate your pineal gland and enhance your creative power. Use this to gain inspiration for the future reality you would like to manifest. Use I am incantations while meditating every night for about 10 or 20 minutes before you sleep. Use the trineural brainwave entrainment technology, which we'll talk about later. You will be able to have the best chance of moving into an alpha brain state where the power of I am suggestions takes maximum effect. By doing this, your old habits will die away and your thoughts will turn into things you really want in life. And so you must be relaxed and confident in the process of subliminal programming. You must say I am statements with pure conviction They are 100% true. You must feel sincere gratitude for everything you already have in life before you start to meditate. Through the feeling of gratitude, you raise your energetic frequency and attract the corresponding wavelength of the future. The only way to remove old habits is to replace them with good ones. So repetition is key. You must make it a habit to practice meditation using the subliminal mind programs as often as possible so it eventually becomes a hardwired natural process. And step 3, take massive action and seize every opportunity for growth. What? I have to do some work? Yes. It's not a magic program where you sit back, relax, and think your way to success. That, I am afraid, is not the way things work. Anyone who tells you they can magically manifest any future you desire is a nutbag and should be locked up. No, in all seriousness, none of this works unless you take massive action upon all the amazing things that will start happening. Things such as chance encounters with people who can help you move to the next level, new sense of energy and motivation. If you follow the methods outlined so far, your productivity will go up significantly. And you'll have weird coincidences of strokes of luck. They are not coincidences or anything to do with luck. It is merely the universe opening its doors to your dream life that is coming more and more true. And new strategies, mentors, books, audios, videos filled with powerful life transforming information will start to appear. It is up to you to act upon those special strategies, as they will no doubt lead to your inevitable success. He says, in my experience with my own health, as I began to process the subliminal mind programming, around 1 week later, I received an email directing me to a video explaining this new food supplement called colostrum. And so the benefit of taking this supplement seemed so compelling, I rushed out and ordered it. After only 4 days of taking this supplement, my symptoms had pretty much vanished. He had a life-threatening illness. I firmly believe it was due to a combination of subconscious program, reprogramming, and a chance encounter with this amazing substance. I am now enjoying a symptom-free life. He was sick. And so he says, it just happened. I got this email. And then the rules: relax, have faith, and detach yourself from an actual outcome. What this means is do not worry endlessly about whether the future will manifest itself how you want. Instead, focus on enjoying what you have now. Live in the now. What this does is give you a sense of peace and keeps your energetic level high and attractive. Next, energize your goals with passion. Have fun and live life to the max. Act, dress, and behave like the successful people you most want to be like. Next, always look to add more value wherever you are. Your income and happiness is directly proportionate to the amount of value you give to others, whether it is in business or your personal life. Next, only the money starts. Once the money starts coming in from the value you're giving out, start to give at least 5% or 10% of your income to a charity of your choice. This is how you tithe your income to spiritual causes. Just try it and see what magic comes back to you. My friend who was a doctor began to tithe his income. He would get paid privately every time he was called out to do assessment. One day his regular standing order set up to transfer money from his bank account to the charity stopped sending money to the charity because the card had expired. He forgot to redo the payments, and guess what? The number of calls out he got went down to once a month instead of once a day, and so did his income. I will leave you with one more piece of information, he says, which is a fun acronym worthy to remember. I want you all to have the true power of God. What does God stand for? Generation of new ideas, concepts, and creation. Operate, implement new ideas, developing strategies, strengthen the strength, taking action and managing outcomes. D, destruction of old bad habits, clearing the clutter, eliminating the negative and weaknesses from your thoughts. We're all born with a unique set of genius skills. If these skills are discovered and worked upon, they can lead to great value in our lives and in the lives of others. Use a subconscious mind power system to realize your maximum God potential and live the life of your dreams. Live the life of your dreams on your terms. And he calls what he does and what I'm doing actually the same thing. It's the same thing in my estimation. It's the same thing. What we're basically seeking to say to you, to any individual, that there's a way that you can reprogram your mind and move to the next level of your living. Move to the next level. And I've got all of these tools that are available to you. by which you are able to reprogram your subconscious mind. Reprogram. And you can know if it's working by the whole aspect of you begin to feel stronger and more confident and happier. You find yourself more willing to take risks and face challenges. Your dreams and goals don't seem overwhelming anymore. They seem exciting. And you feel a deeper sense of inner peace, as if inner conflicts are dissolving. And you attract more opportunities to expand and grow in every area of your life. In short, you'll know when changes are taking place in your subconscious mind because you'll notice a shift in both your inner and outer being. The evidence is usually undeniable. Consistent, persistent reinforcement. It's important to give this reprogramming process time to work. Don't expect to see immediate changes. Now that can happen, but it normally takes time. Be consistent and persistent with the methods you choose to install more positive messages into your subconscious mind. As soon as these transformations become apparent, you'll feel motivated to keep moving forward. But until that happens, stick with it and know that these changes are lifelong, powerful, and well worth waiting for. So this is this item called Reprogramming Your Subconscious Mind. And I want to encourage you to believe in your dreams. Again, if you want an item that will help you to actually write your dreams down because you want to have them definite. We talk about the 4D life. The 4D life. The 4D life. The first D stands for desire. You must have a burning desire. Every person that talks about change really speaks of this burning desire. If you can drop it and not come back to it, that's not a burning desire. You got to have a burning desire. You got to be hungry. That's what Les Brown says. You got to be hungry for what you are reaching out for. If it's somebody else's dream that you'll feel like they're pushing you. And boy, girl, I don't want to push anybody. But if you're hungry, then you can be helped. If you're hungry, you can be helped. You can be benefited. And whatever somebody gives you, you'll feel like, thank you for helping me out about that. And so that's what we want to do with individuals. And you're looking for somebody to benefit you. You're looking for somebody to help you. Any little thing that you're provided, you say thank you. And that's what we want in regard to this. So if you know somebody who's hungry, if you know someone who can be benefited by what we're sharing here, again, you can find more help, info@iwillrestore.com. We can send you some things for free. We've got classes as well. There is a class called the Inner Journey of Self-Awareness to Become Your Beautiful, Authentic Self. The first 3 lessons are absolutely free, and they are beneficial just by themselves. They're beneficial just by themselves. There are parts of it that are PDFs. There are other parts of it that are audio and video lessons that are just beneficial. And you can read this. And also there's material that can be found online. You can just read. There's a book called As a Man Thinketh. That's a very powerful book. It talks about cause and effect. That is a book that can help you to understand that what you sow, you reap. And when we say sow, it means what you sow in your thinking, how you're thinking. And that's a very important lesson to learn, to understand that your thinking up to now, remember we talked about your conscious and your subconscious mind. It's powerful in the sense of explaining how that works. And just getting that information and understanding that, and if it ties into that Bible verse and helps to understand that Bible verse, and that's beneficial. And helping someone else to understand that's beneficial. Very powerful, so that people are not confused about what's happening to them in their life, what has happened to them in their life. it can be very powerful to any person, to any particular individual in their life. And once you see it, you can see it everywhere. You can see it in every spiritual tradition, everywhere, and can remove all kinds of difficulties between understanding between various belief systems, and just remove barriers between people. So they are powerful reasons for understanding this. Again, the subconscious mind can be a conversation that breaks barriers that are separating people of all nationalities and ethnic groups and everything else in regard to that. And so the first, desire. And secondly, definite. That means, to me, the aspect of writing it down, getting it definite, getting your dreams. That could be writing it down. And again, we have a spiritual strategic life planner. And then there's also the aspect of doing a vision board, or putting some pictures up, or whatever it may be, drawing it out, visualizing it. The aspect of doing it consistently over and over again. And then for the third D, it has to do with divinely intended. This is a universe. It's not a multiverse. There's a way that Spirit has intended, or the Force has intended, or God has intended that this universe works in such a way that it works for everybody. And then finally, the fourth D has to do with that it's lived on the fourth dimensional level first. And so that has to do with the vision, that has to do with destiny, that has to do with something that was divinely planned before you were even born. The text in the Bible that says, before I formed thee in the womb, I knew you, and I ordained you, or I intended for you to be a particular person, or to have a particular place, divinely intended. You are not a mistake. You are divinely desired by Spirit. And so God bless you. Take care. Let me know. Leave some comments. Let me know what you think about this. And again, give us a email, info@iwillrestore.com. Send us an email at innerjourney at SVP, S as in Sam, V as in Victory, P as in Paul, T as in Tom, L as in Lincoln, I as in industry, SVPTLI, in inner journey at svptli.com. And then just that has to do with the inner journey, and get the first 3 lessons of the inner journey of self-awareness to become your beautiful, authentic self. And we'll give you those first 3 lessons. We'll speak with you later. Take care. Bye-bye.